My name is Sean Kent. I'm the principal here. Thank you for coming to this ceremony. This is our once a month ceremony where we stop to honor students who have kind of risen to the top and affected our school in a very positive way. We very often recognize all the big teams and the big events and all that kind of stuff that happens around our school, but it's the individuals that truly make a school, and that's what today is all about. If you are trying to get off to work, there's a parent back at years ago or a couple last year said to me, hey, it would help if you told us how long this was so I wasn't panicked. It's about 15, 20 minutes, not too long. We have students that we would like to recognize. We're going to have the teacher come up here. They're going to say some embarrassing things while the student stands here and is embarrassed in front of everybody and on camera for the Buck Report if needed. And then at the end, we'll wrap things up. If you have not and you would like to at any point during the ceremony, grab a donut and coffee. We will begin today with social studies. Mr. Robbins.
Names are right, I'm happy. Folks, hi, I'm Tom Robbins. I'm here for the Social Studies Department. I nominated this month Emma Lee. She's over there. Come on up, hang out. So, I nominated Emma because in social studies, it's not like so much a skill-based program, but we're trying to teach people how essentially to be good people in society. That's kind of where the whole social part comes from. And you do this by learning about the past and by trying to apply those skills to how we go ahead and move forward in life and conduct ourselves even on a daily basis. And when I think of someone who conducts themselves as a good citizen, the kind of person I'd want to meet on the street one day, I think Emma came to mind. Because Emma goes ahead and is that person who not only does their work and completes things and gets them in all the time, all that good stuff. That's normal. That's an expectation we have. But Emma goes further. I've seen you reach out to people. I've seen you go ahead and engage different people around a classroom in just positive, kind, polite ways. And those things get noticed. And I wonder that the kindness and the goodwill you put out into the world gets picked up by people. And in this case, gets you a lovely student alumni. So thank you so much for being you. I appreciate it.
No, never mind. There's no pictures. Not today. Sorry.
We're going this way.
There's a picture at the end. My bad. Thanks, Ms. Parsons. Sorry. From our CTE department, Ms. Paramore. Hannah, you can come up. And so when your teacher comes up, students, if you would like to come up here and prepare to be embarrassed, get yourself ready for the camera.
Well, good morning. I'm Mrs. Paramore. I am here to honor Hannah Rauschenberg for Student of the Month for the CTE department. Hannah's in my Interactive Media Productions class. She's awesome. She's very creative. Hannah has a pretty strong work ethic. She completes everything in a timely manner, and I have seen her go above and beyond. She will seek out YouTube tutorials that she has access to and try and figure things out on her own, and she's just great. I just love Hannah. So congratulations and well deserved.
Congratulations. Next up from our English department, Ms. Beckett.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ms. Beckett. This is my student of the month, Gannon. Gannon's actually new to our school this year. He came in around halfway through, and he joined 2 of my classes. And so he joined my AP language class that was just getting ready to start. So he came in on the ground floor with that one on our end, but not on his end. And then he joined my mythology class that's a year-long class, and he came in when we were halfway through, but it was new for him. So it was kind of a difficult transition. As a kid who moved around a little bit when I was young, I know that it's tough to go to a different school, but I don't know, not for Gannon, I don't know. He just sort of came in and he was just good at everything, and he was able to seamlessly fit into both my year-long class that was partway through and my AP class that he was partway through but was new for us. And I would have been totally out of my limit, but He was great. He just did well. He's very personable. He's great at asking questions when he needs to. When I need somebody to give me some kind of feedback, and no one does, Gannon will. So it's great to have him in class. I think he's going to do so great in life because he's just so personable, and he can just roll with whatever comes at him. So when I think Gannon, I think impressive. That's my word for him. Congratulations.
Next from our math department, Dr. Weeder.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Weeder and I teach geometry. And this is Josie. I feel that Josie has done a lot of great things in our class this semester. She's a great student at answering questions, and she also kind of gets the class rolling as well with, in addition to her questions, she answers questions, she asks them, and she wants to know what's going on, and really being on top of all of everything that we do in geometry. So I chose Josie to be my student of the month. I think she's amazing, and I think she's going to really go far in life, and I wish you the best.
Performing Arts Department, Ms. Wright.
Way too much. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So nice to see you all. So this is Gabby Claypole. Gabby is a wonderful student. She's been in my classes since her 9th grade year. And then COVID happened, and then we had to do it online, and Gabby was a fantastic student, even on Zoom, or whatever we were using back then. Gabby has started out as a quiet student who was very easy to get along with. And now Gabby is running dance class, she's running dance company, she has those students falling right in line, and she has no trouble reminding students of our classroom expectation. And boy, let me tell you, they will say things like, "Don't let Gabby see you." True, true. There's a student who's like, "I don't want to do it in front of Gabby." I'm like, I know. So I depend on Gabby for so many things, and whatever I ask Gabby to do, she is on it, she is on task, and she always says yes. She never says no. Even if it's something that might be a little bit out of her comfort zone, she always still says, "Yes, I'll try it." And she always comes through and does a great, great job. Gabby is such an impressive leader. She's a beautiful dancer. And most importantly, she is an outstanding person. And I am proud to have been her high school teacher. Gabby, I love you. And thank you so much.
From our PE Health Department, Mr. Lawrence.
You see what I gotta follow after that?
Tell us who you-
Guy who doesn't
Tell us who
speak
you
much.
love, Mr.
I
Lawrence.
know, right. Well, I do love Miss Wright, there's no question about that. It happens every year, no offense. All right, this is my student of the month, this is Aiden Miller. As you can see, he plays baseball, so I can just scratch that off my list already. I tried to come up with something that would be relatively easy so that, as a joke is we keep things really simple in the PE department, in case you didn't get it. So my 5 words for Aiden were respect, kind, funny, helpful, and intelligent. So just like you've heard throughout the day, it's like having an assistant coach in my class. And if you could step into and see him actually teach the things that I've taught him, it just makes a teacher feel so good to see the skills that we work on being applied with other students. It's truly amazing to see. So an easy choice for me this time, but I wanted to give you a few, let's see. The thing that is the most amazing to me is that he picks up the techniques so easily, and then, like I said, teaches other students. I've had his brother, I have his sister, the whole family's amazing, and I am truly blessed to have him in my class. And I just get excited when I get to see, like I said, the application of the skills that we teach. It really makes me happy, and I'm lucky. And good luck today against North Carolina, by the way.
From our science department, Ms. Salzberg.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mrs. Salzberg, Science Department. This is Noemi. I prepared something just a little, I'm not good off the cuff. So when I first met Noemi, I had just joined Queen Anne's County as an 8th grade science teacher in Stevensville Middle last year. Fast forward to this year, and I was happy to see her name on my class roster in biology. So I've had the pleasure of teaching her twice. But the Noemi that came into the Kent Island High School classroom completely surprised me. Noemi gave me an opportunity that I've only had a few times in my career, the chance to see just how much one person can truly grow, and what she's accomplished in the last even just year. She transitioned into the most conscientious, hardworking student that I've had this entire semester, not just, or actually I would say this whole year. She's not afraid to ask for help. She's an amazing lab partner with any group that I put her with. She doesn't complain about anything. She's a self-starter and an independent thinker. Just the other day, I asked the class to get started on something. I looked around the room. Noemi was the only student who got started right away without me having to remind the others a couple of times. So all of these are skills that will carry her far beyond these walls. I absolutely just cannot express how amazing and how much I think she deserves the Student of the Month award. If it were up to me, she'd get Student of the Year award. So congratulations.
All right, as if nothing else is going on in the art department today. Ms. Zerba from our visual arts department. If you weren't planning on coming, it really is like the Super Bowl of visual arts tonight. You just swing by. It's elementary, middle, high school, all here in our house.
I'm Estelle Zerba. I'm from the art department, and this is Alana. And I selected her for Student of the Month because if there was a checklist for qualities that we look for in a student, I would be able to check them all off. She's on time every day. She's responsible. She turns in her work on time, and friendly, gets along with all of her classmates. Very, very polite, always says thank you, which as much as we wish everyone did that, not all students always do. But most importantly, she is one of the most creative students that I teach. And I mean, when I first met her, she had like sketchbooks already like full of sketches. Most kids come in with a blank sketchbook and she's already got all these wonderful pages. And for example, to like put it in perspective, her creativity, one of our projects, we learned a lot of different techniques, and each day was like a different technique, different sketchbook activity. And at the end, we had to do a mastery, and I'm like, okay, so you're gonna pick one technique that you really like to do a more finalized product. And Alana's like, well, I have this idea, and it's like this subject, but then these 5 different techniques, and I'm like, if anybody can do it, you can do it. And she did it, and it's beautiful. It's in Art Scene. I can't wait for people to see it tonight, and maybe even somebody will buy it. It's for sale. Anyway, she's just amazing, and I'm really happy to present this.
From our World Languages Department, Ms. Bantusa.
So, at this point, I want to say just ditto, okay? So like all that you heard now. McKaylee is an awesome student. français c'est pas facile. It's not easy to go into French 2 because you have this lag. You have French 1 and then a year goes by and then, oh, don't you remember everything we learned? And she's done so well with it. And you see a lot on her face, so I can see the stress and I can tell when we're maybe going beyond. And so she's been tremendously helpful for me as a teacher, knowing like what I need to repeat, what I need to go back over. But more importantly, she's one of the most mature students that I've ever taught. She's had some crazy things go wrong this week. She just rolled with it. She was very sanguine about it. And it was just amazing to see her just sort of pull it together and then be empathetic enough to care about the other students in the class and to care about how things were going and the student who maybe wasn't getting it and needed a little extra help or needed, even sometimes when I just need someone to make a joke, she's there. And so she's just been amazing to teach this year. Magnifique. Merci. Et aussi, bon anniversaire, happy birthday. So it's her birthday today.
And last from our PACS program, Dr. Zimmer. Yep, you go.
Okay, this is John Roger Kelly, and because of John and his amazing family, and I'm lucky enough that I actually like Mondays. Everybody down around here is counting down until Friday, the weekend, but I actually miss these guys on the weekend. With John, it went from when I was first teaching him day one, we were doing a lesson, asked him a question, he passed. Like, what? Yeah. You can't pass. You don't pass in here. You just do your best. So we gave him the answer. To now, he's writing paragraphs. He's citing text evidence. He's teaching science. He's a teacher's assistant. He's leading. He's involved in bocce. He's involved in unified baseball. Teeny boy, and he actually cares about other people. He'll ask me about how are you? How's your family? He'll ask other students, other teachers, how are you doing? He sees somebody struggling. He helps. He's an amazing teacher's assistant. He knows what needs to be done, and he will go around and he will help others without asking. I had to actually fire him one time because he was helping too much. Just for the day, he was fired. He got his job back the next day, but he'll help to the point where students maybe need to be doing that himself. But it's a good thing. And John has become fiercely independent. John is going to go far, and an example of his independence is John actually has a speech, and John wanted me to not speak at all. He wanted to do it all himself, but he did decide I could go first, and now you do yours.
Well, when I first met you, I was like 18 years old.
Now you're old and mature and independent.
Yeah.
You caught it.
I'm a student of the month because I have straight A's, and also I'm a leader and great, what's I say again? Person for my class, and I have a lot of friends. And more. And also having straight A's is important because doing work and learning for independent and my behavior is good because I am including people and I have been being a leader and an line leader in class. Son.
That's right. You're good, man. So a lot of times, what everybody sees when they look at the school are the big things. Like I said before, the games, the performances, the big Super Bowl of art scene tonight. But what you don't realize is, I think a lot of people point to Kent Island High School and say what a great school it is. Does the principal have an effect? Maybe some. Do the teachers? Absolutely. They are inspirational, but the truth is, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, it's the individual kids that walk these halls every day that make the school so great. And I think what you heard, common theme through everything, was the impact that each of these students we've recognized this morning have on their classrooms, in the hallways, within their departments. And the sum total of all those parts are what make a school and a team really, really great. And I just appreciate you sending us, parents, families, sending us these students to our school, because yes, teachers have influence and inspiration. I think you heard a little bit about that today, but the 1,200 adolescents that walk this building, I wouldn't trade them for the world. This is a top-notch school because of them, and these are the cream of the crop that you saw here this morning. Thank you for coming.